getting prepared, or hopefully getting prepared for a little bit of camping and hanging out here in Thompson's Crossing. Hello everybody, this is Frogman and welcome back to The Long Dark. And, well, I guess our continued efforts trying to continue on with what's left of the DLC and their new update. So, what I'm doing right now, the new update, what is it, Broken Silence, or however they want to say this stuff. What we're doing right now is we're looking around outside. Since I had a free minute to get a free fire, I just wanted to kind of poke my head outside and look around and see if there were any things available to eat out here, because we only have a little bit of bread, I do believe, that we can possibly craft, and anything else. Of course, Thompson's has been scraped clean, I do believe, a long time ago as far as all the food, and we hauled it all back over to the farmhouse or other locations, probably into coastal as well. I do want to at least spend the night here just in case we end up with a possible aurora, so we're going to have to do a little bit of scavenging just to see if we can see anything, and if not, well, that's fine. I do believe I have plenty of food to eat. So let's look around while we're here and just see what's going on. My main interest actually is to see whether or not the bear is over here, if it lives in this zone anymore. Is there one in here? Oh, well,
I'll take it.
I suppose, yes, I will take it. Very cool. I didn't know that was a place that could be. Again, I don't exactly know where all the flasks are at this point, so any of those kinds of things that happen to pop up are going to be absolute news to me. And whether or not we keep them is another thing entirely. It's a kind of, I think at this point in time with this particular character, one flask is not well, one flask is probably worth carrying around, but given the added weight and the fact that we're not freezing to death right now, like it's the afternoon and we're actually warming up because we're holding a torch, it's not one of those things I'm too concerned about. So let's go pop over the hill over here. We checked this car out, we checked these things out last time. There's a cave behind here, or at least there used to be a cave back here. That, how heavy are we? Are we going to be really ridiculously cold? Now, we should be okay. Let's go back here and go see if the bear still lives back here, or maybe this time he didn't spawn. I believe he was here. So, like, the thing is with the wildlife refresh, we as experienced players are now supposed to expect things to change. And the one thing that I'm the most interested with is the bears. Especially in a zone like this, the easiest thing for them to do is to move a bear spawn from one cave to another. There are caves all over this area, and the bear spawns have always been specific caves in this zone. Always have been, always tend to, you know, it's just the way they've been that way for years and years. And one of the bear spawns, especially the one back here, he lives in this cave back here. So if Thompson's no longer gets a bear, that tends to be, for an interloper long-term, kind of sucky, because you live in Thompson's off of that bear. His, I believe his cave is back, it's either over there or over here, one of these two. But we're going to go kind of just look a little bit around while we still have a little bit of, well, sunlight, and see what shows up. There's also supposed to be some rabbits back here, and some sticks that I wouldn't mind collecting. The other thing that's interesting is, for some reason now, this is not sorting the way I'm used to it sorting, because they changed things up, but I think I might have heard him. There's two caves back here, or at least there used to be. Okay, so the rabbits are still there. I'm beginning to wonder how much of this refresh actually happened, like how many things moved, or maybe it's a chance for a group of things to move between different areas. Don't see anything of use in here. So let's move down the road a little bit. Pleasant Valley is, for me, Pleasant Valley is like a long-term area to live in because of all of the resources that it has. I know it's probably one of the coldest, worst weather zones that you can possibly live in, but it's got a lot of the things that you need to survive in it. So it's always been one of my favorite areas to live in. That, and it's connected to Timberwolf Mountain fairly easily, where there's usually a readily available source of food sitting right there, and, you know, if you want other things, you can go over there. I kind of like Timberwolf, I kind of like Mystery Lake, and, well, I do enjoy Ash Canyon now, so, and plus this one, like I said, it has a very large birch forest in it that you can get a lot of stuff out of. Oh, we have 2 bunnies. Well, bunnies, you might be coming with us once we get done with a few things. There used to be a birch spawn back here. I don't see it today. Well, there's a piece of coal back there. That was worth our time. 2 pieces. Why, thank you. I'm going to have to make some torches. Huh. Okay. Do we partake in a couple of rabbits? You know what I should do? How many sticks have I got? I have 10. Do I have time to make fire? Now, there are new achievements in this game, and I do believe achievements, one of which is shooting X amount of animals with fire-hardened arrows, and I never use fire-hardened arrows. So, how long does that take? I should have probably eaten before I did that. Okay, well that didn't take long. Let's go... And then you switch with an R. Alright. Have a snack, and let's go take care of these guys. Because there, like I said, there is a new achievement for being able to harvest or hunt them with fire-hardened arrows. Which, again, these are kind of nice if you've never used them. They don't have as much weight, so they just drop. Or they don't drop as much, I should say. So, but you only get about 2 shots out of them, so you don't want to go wasting them. But I'll take that, thank you. So I do believe with that you get about 2 shots each. That's a simple arrow. Yeah, so you get about 2 shots out of each arrow so long as you don't hit the ground with them. So we'll try to work on that particular achievement. I mean, I know there's a wolf back there somewhere. He keeps hollering at me. So we don't have a bear over here anymore. That's very interesting. We have plenty of water. Let's do... Can I have this, please? And we're gonna put the frying pan down and cook a rabbit pie. That takes an hour. Okay, whatever. And then whatever's left, I'm just gonna cook it right there. Why do I have 2 frying pans on me? Which one of these is short? Let's cook that one. I did a whole heck of a lot, so those will be ready in about 36 minutes. Can I make another batch of those? Yes, I can. Oh, I have a potato. Cook that potato. Actually, no. Cook the rabbit pies. We'll cook those for right now, and then we'll worry about everything else.
I'm starving.
And I'm going to go ahead and peel the other one. Over there. Clear nights are usually good nights for, clear days like this are usually good days for having an aurora, although I think we've already had one, and I kind of feel like you're almost guaranteed to get an aurora right off the bat. So, I don't know how this is going to matter too much to us, but we're going to go ahead and eat those. And unburdened, applied. You go ahead and cook another batch of those, please, if you can.
I can eat anything.
And those have 9 minutes. I'm gonna just go ahead and eat these. I forget, that gives us how much extra carrying capacity? Interesting. Cool. Well, it wasn't much, but anyhow, we'll just go from there. And then, can I make one more batch of those? Should be able to. Looks like we possibly can. No? Oh yeah, we don't have anything left. Go ahead, cook that. That just helps you stretch your rabbit out quite a ways. I mean, 2 rabbits normally don't give you an awful lot of calories. That's definitely a way of getting a decent amount of calories out of rabbits, as long as you can keep into the, no. Add fuel. Add fuel. We don't want to lose it just yet. It's fine. Need a couple of torches anyway. Just gonna eat until we're full. I guess I have a potato. I might as well cook that too. Yeah, I think we're getting ready to have another Blizzard Valley blizzard, which is fine. We can always sit back here and sleep. How much water do we have? We have enough to get through the night, but I have an hour and 30 minutes, so go ahead and place that down. I'm going to make some water, and then we see where the weather takes us. Do that. We should be outside. We should actually be in the cold part of the cave. Can I get another stick or two? Yeah, that's either going to be the beginnings of a very big snowstorm or Blizzard Valley doing its normal, but that's fine. That's what we're used to in this game.
Husks. I can't even find hides.
Go ahead and eat that. Alright, so I do have a couple of those. That's good to know. Put those over here. Those will be breakfast. And any of that potato that we didn't manage to eat, I want that layer. Okay, we're good there. Gonna make some water, and I'm going to go ahead and just harvest these poor little rabbits up, and then we'll move on in the morning. "240 days, 11 hours, and, well, 11 minutes. That was kind of interesting. Of course, we wake up to a blizzard because it's Pleasant Valley. That's perfectly fine. We can pass some time doing a little bit of basic work here.
This gear.
You don't need to worry about dropping any of the gear. You're just fine. We're going to put some water down and do other things. So I guess I pass time until this goes away. Alrighty then. Well, that all finally went away. We have a nice little snowstorm going on out there. Let's take all this stuff aside from the... I guess I could take the water. We're not too heavy right now. We're going to go head back to community center in hopes that something changes. Wow, you guys respawn quickly. I don't even know if you can get anything out of that. Do I get a feather back if I... I just get a crow feather back. Okay, well that's good to know. I have tons and tons of crow feathers. Alright, let's go back to the community center. And I want to make sure I've got the other arrows on because we may walk into a wolf. Should go get those cattails, but we got minutes. So, some of these episodes, I guess what we're probably going to do with this character is that I want to experiment with a lot of the new stuff that they've given us. Like I said, I want to build a nice little safe house and a cool little spot, probably in every zone. And I'm not gonna say that we're gonna do it with this particular run, but there is a new achievement now for 1,000 days survived in the game. And my longest run was 555 days. So I don't know if we're going to attempt to do that. I might do something like that on my own. Or maybe what I might start doing, given that the way things are going, I might try to stream once a week for a few hours. Because if you can get a couple hours in playing this game, you can put days down pretty quickly. But that would entail like doing everything again. So explore all the zones, spend probably what I would end up doing with that then is I'd try to spend at least, well, geez, what is it going to take? How many zones do we have? How many areas do we have now? We'll get over here and count. Yeah, I don't know. We might not have a bear. We might need to go check that cave and see if he's over there, because if he's not, then Thompson's Crossing is no longer a base for us in this run. And that kind of sucks. Let's go ahead and put this down, and then I want to look at the map. And peel this rabbit. Okay, so map. We have world 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Where is it? 17's right there. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Something like 20, 22 zones to play in. So we did make it to Bleak Inlet. Okay, that's what I was wondering. I'm assuming that was us. That was a thing. That was a memento telling us to go over there. So we did go to Bleak Inlet. I was unsure if we'd been to Bleak this particular run, because I know that we had to do some goofiness to run around and do things. We would have had to go to Bleak Inlet because we had to turn on that, we had to go to that bunker. We did tails with this. So yeah, we did everything. I only think, I don't know if we went to Keeper's Pass. I'll have to go back and look at our stuff. The reasoning why that's such an interesting thing is that if you want to make it to 500 days, the easiest way to do it is spend 25 or so many days per large zone, and then you have them all done. Well, then you take that number and you double it to make 1,000. So that means what you do, if you want to know how to do it, is you go to each particular zone, and in our case, if I click on this button here, the right button, I'd have to get back at very good at playing this video game. But like that would mean every single one of these areas, so Mystery Lake, Pleasant Valley, Coastal Highway, Desolation Point, all of the areas that are available to be counted would be the easiest to remember. But then, like I said, you do it in the other zones too. So Keeper's Pass, Winding River, it's possible to spend a lot of time in some of the other zones. But you'd need to make, well, how many are there? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 62, 63 days listed in every one of those areas. Some of these spots, we're already halfway there. Of course, we spent a lot of time doing various things. Am I going to do that on this run? I have no idea yet. I haven't made up my mind. So I'm going to, again, pass a little bit of time. And the reason why I would say I would do it on this run is because this one doesn't have cabin fever. So let me peel that rabbit, and then we'll see if we get us another aurora tonight. I don't know. We may or may not get a thing. I'm going to do a little bit more snooping around here real quick, just to see if there's anything available. Probably what we should do, actually, is I should go up there. We're going to go do a real quick run job over to this cave up behind Thompson's, this other side. I just want to see. Because if I don't have a local bear to Thompson's, at least on this run, we're not going to be camping here. We're not going to be, like I said, so the plan for, you know, trying to make it to 1,000 days or 100 days, you know, if you're having a hard time making time, especially for, you know, stalkers and pilgrims and whatnot, you know, those easier runs, then just pick a zone, pick a location, right? One second. Pick a zone, pick a location, like say Thompson's Crossing or something like that, and go stock it with food, water, wood, supplies, things, and now, you know, build out a, if you want to, you can go ahead and then build it out into a nice base, you know, at that point. So it's kind of a thing that, you know, being able to spend lots and lots of time in a zone in an area used to be fairly hard. Given now, like say, you just go pick a spot and make a nice base out of it, and then move to the next one, make a nice base out of it, stock it with food and water and wood for, you know, enough to live comfortably for several days. I usually try to be at least like 10 to 15 days per area. So if you do that, you end up with lots and lots and lots of time spent doing things. It's about the simplest thing to do. And if you do, like say, if you run around and you explore the entire area, go ahead and just use up those two things. Right over him. Love it. Well, that's arrows. They don't drop as much, is the problem. That's the issue that I'm having with them, is that they don't drop as much. But we'll go ahead and take these. There should be a deer up here too I want to take. Again, this might be a fairly long episode given the things that I need to do versus the stuff I want to do. I'm trying to kill time to have an aurora show up, so I might even make a few more of these arrows, because they're good for hunting the boids with. Not like it's a big deal. We have 17 of the other ones. And I left a wolf down there, so I might just go ahead and harvest this and then kind of haul some of this all back. She's not tired. Yeah, again, that's pretty much, like I said, kind of rambling on that part of it. But yeah, if you want to know how to spend a lot of time, pick a zone, pick 2 or 3 locations per zone. So like this one, I would do, of course, the farmhouse and Thompson's Crossing, and then I like to try to do a kind of a joint base between the Prepper Cache and Timberwolf Mountain, so that you kind of have a difference between the two of them. Is there going to be anything in this cave? Because we've never been here. There is somebody here today. Hello. Oh, you are absolutely fine, Astrid. We're going to go out here. We're going to cut up a deer. And then probably go cut up a wolf. And bring a bunch of food back over to You see how did you see, guys, how that log popped in? I wonder if that problem still exists, because it looked like that log popped right in. Anyhow, I'm going to make sure I put my fire in between the deer and that piece of wood, and we're going to go ahead and harvest her up because we can. And make us some food. New stuff. Can useful in cooking, but also be eaten on its own for desperate for calories. I'm not eating it right now. I'm not starving that badly anyway. Why don't you, go ahead and cook one of those. Oh, I guess that's the other thing that I noticed that they did as well with the recent updates. That you don't wiggle and wobble and jiggle all the time now when you're harvesting things, which is kind of nice. I kind of enjoy that. We got some animal fat off of that deer, which I guess we have to go catch a larger deer and see what's going on. I'm going to continue to kind of work through these because I have a bunch of stuff that I kind of screwed up on, and well, then we'll, as soon as I'm just hoping we get an aurora, and I might end up going down and cutting up that wolf. We'll see in a second. Yeah, the jiggles are not there anymore. That is so much more enjoyable. Thank you, Hinterland. We may or may not get it. I don't know. I'm just kind of killing time again. I don't care if you can carry much more. We're going to go sort it out when we get over here. That wolf was of reasonable size. I think we'll go try to cut him up as soon as I go gather a couple of more things. Oh, yeah, I was going to do that. How long was that going to be? Was this a fur limb? Shoot. I don't know if that's worth my time right now. Gonna take everything though. Nice. And the feathers. Don't hear anything. I thought I might have. Again, we're probably just gonna kill a little bit of time then, because we need to pass time and still things go. If he doesn't show up here, like I said, this may be a fairly long episode. If he doesn't show up, he doesn't. Can I get you to follow me? Over here. Does it seem like an awful quick respawn? It's funny how the music went away. Come on. That wasn't close enough, but hey. Can I have my arrow back, please? Which one of you is bigger? Oh, you're plenty big enough. Alright, well, I'm gonna... Yeah, I screwed that up. Oh, I might be able to do it. We got a whole bunch of sticks to burn and an aurora to wait on, so I might as well be out here hunting. Might need to change our sleep schedule up just a little bit, but at least that got a wolf to come bother us, and, well, we're not that far. It's just right over there, so I'm going to continue to keep chopping things up.
Starting to feel numb.
I figured that much. We were sitting here hanging out, trying to be a little greedy. That's okay. I'm going to take everything I can. They're cooked. They were both cooked anyway. We're just going to leave one of them. I got one of the pelts, and I'm going to take all the guts because guts are going to be necessary for other things. This is not much. We'll just hopefully nothing decides to come eat us. I should have warmed a tea. Whatever. It's fine. Now, we are way overweight. Yeah, way overweight. I suppose. Drink some water.
Freezing.
You are absolutely fine, Astrid. We're right here. All we gotta do is just walk around the corner to that building right over there. Make sure a wolf or bear does not creep up on us. We have food for a few days. And a bunch of supplies. Like I say, if I have my way, I'm gonna go figure out which... Like, I would love a workbench in that building, you know, so we could actually build stuff and do things. Isn't there one in this mine? I think there's one in this mine. That might be worth getting that one out of that mine and bringing it down here once we get the tools. I think our goal for this week, if we're not going to get an aurora, or at least here very soon, if we're not going to get an aurora to where we can do a few things, I think our goal is to go to a known location and see about getting a set of tools and then start having some fun building a few locations up like Thompson's. Like, I wouldn't mind at all having a workbench in here, or a nice bed, and some shelves, and some storage, and all of that fun stuff. But we do have a little bit of a raw meat. That's the other thing, supposedly, now, too, is that we get a salt box. I believe that is specifically for Tales from the Far Territory, but we get a way to preserve our meat now so that we're not doing this with it.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
It is. I was gonna say, it's absolutely dark in here. I hate to say it, as cheaty as that is, they need to fix that badly, because that's just all those times when you end up with an interloper that starts out at the beginning, you know, like say the very beginning of the day or the very end of the day, and you have to run towards a building and then try to find it. I mean, that's just oh, hey, I haven't cleared the junk off the floor. Clear the junk off the floor. I might go in here and organize this while we wait, but I think we're going to be pretty much almost done with this. But I think for now we're going to call that. We're just kind of getting an idea of what's going on with our bearings, and that's what I'm going to kind of plan on using the rest of this character's time for. We're going to use her to learn a few things, learn and explore, and have a little bit of fun. So I think until next time, guys, that's going to be enough for me. I will see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Cheater.